What up, YouTube? Two movies here. Since I'm doing my reviews for the Muppet movies because of Muppets Harm Action, here's my review for the third Muppet film that got released in the 80s, and that is, of course, is pretty much the 1984 classic, The Muppets Take Manhattan. The 80s had a habit of having characters taking Manhattan. Jason took Manhattan, the Muppets took Manhattan. I mean, yeah, Manhattan was a pretty big thing in the 80s, all right? And of course, sadly, believe it or not, the Muppets Take Manhattan would, like, not including, Follow That Bird or anything like that. But sadly, the Muppets Take Manhattan ended up becoming like the last Muppet movie uh, should pretty much be released during like before the death of the late great Jim Henson. And this and you know what, Muppets Take Manhattan, they're not really like not so many people were really fan of it. I mean, there's some folks who liked it, but anyway, I always quite loved Muppets Take Manhattan. This was always maybe because I was raised in New York City and seeing Muppets in New York City is pretty fun to watch. But of course, if you guys don't really know much about the story here, it was actually directed by Frank Oz, who also gave us movies like The Dark Crystal, Labyrinth. He also gave us Little Shop of Horrors. I mean, he gave us some really iconic movies that the Henson Company created. And of course, not to mention, Frank Oz is best known for voicing Miss Piggy, Yoda, etc. So anyway, uh, now here, now with the Muppets Take Manhattan, you have Kermit the Frog and his friends pretty much start to stage this act, and they decide to take the show down to their college town to Broadway, and they decide to and they end up winding up in New York City, and they have difficulty pretty much find financial support for the production, and instead they are running into cheats like Murray Plowitsky, played by Dabney Coleman. And they are pretty much unable to stage the show, so the group splits up, and they also take different jobs around the country. And Kermit also thinks that he finally has found this backer, and he also which actually gives him amnesia, so he does not really remember what happened or anything like that. And you had some really decent, like the other Muppet movies. You also had some really decent group of actors in this. Some of the cameo guest appearances includes the likes of Brooke Shields, Joan Rivers. You even had fame like then Mayor Ed Koch, which was pretty cool seeing a mayor in this. I mean, if this thing was released today, I guarantee you, I'm guessing the boss will have a cameo. But anyway, you even had the legend Gregory Hines, legend Blue Brothers director John Landis was in this. Art Carney, Elliot Gould. List goes on and on. I mean, and heck, he even had a cameo by Big Bird. I mean, what more could you ask for there? First Muppet movie to actually feature some of the Sesame Street game, by the way. So that's pretty cool. Because if you got a little bit of a spoiler at the end, Miss Piggy and Kermit the Frog actually gets married. Yeah, I've always found that relationship should be messed up. Come on, Miss Piggy always tortures that poor guy. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I used to always got a kick out of this one. It was pretty fun. It was charming here. Um, it's like you got Dabney Coleman who plays the producer here, but of course the police arrives, and it turns out that he is like this wanted con artist named Murray Plowitsky, and he is arrested, leaving them up his hopes dash. But of course they try other director producers, and so here you also got these diner like these other folks, the assistant of this diner owner named Pete, played by Louis Zorich, and his daughter Jenny, played by Juliana Donald, who is also an aspiring fashion designer, and the diner chef is the diner staff is tons of rats led by Rizzo, because I mean it's Manhattan. You're gonna see lots of rats. So yeah, obviously Rizzo's gonna be it's gonna be pretty much a rat. Like he's a rat, so obviously he's gonna be in New York City. But anyway, that aside, this one has has always had a place in my heart here. Kermit actually even receives like the letter from this producer named Bernard Crawford, who is interested in the musical, and the letter also was actually written by his son, Ronnie Crawford, played by Lonnie Price, who is also struggling to prove himself as a producer, and he believes that Manhattan Melodies is very good, and so like Bernard himself is very hesitant, but agrees to fund the show here. But anyway, yeah, it does also have some really decent music as well because it is a Muppet movie and they always have great music here. Some of the music includes the likes of Together Again, The Ceremony, Looking for Kermit, etc. Uh, William Tell Overturn. So, yeah, some really decent music here. Uh, the marriage between Kermit and Miss Pig I always found to be odd, to be honest, yeah, but yeah, I guess they just have a habit of having a frog and a pig mate. Okay, yeah, I always found that relationship to be toxic. I mean, Miss Piggy was always cruel to poor Carmen. But that aside, I still always got a kick out of this film. I mean, I believe this actually came out like before Jason Takes Manhattan, so we ended up going from Muppets Take Manhattan to Jason Takes Manhattan. So yeah, but that aside, if you haven't seen Muppets Take Manhattan, you can probably find it on Disney Plus. I'm guessing. Where Yeah, it's not on Disney Plus. Surprise. But if you haven't seen it, definitely give it a go. It's a really good one. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever watched the Muppets Take Manhattan? If so, what's up? Were you a fan of it? Were you not a fan of it? What were your favorite scenes? What were your favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notification. This is Simmer signing off.